We live in a country where we should have equal and every opportunity for every child, and sadly that isn't the case. And I'm passionate about this because I think it's a no-brainer. There's research to show that very simple things that we can do to help children reach their full potential, if they're done, it changes their trajectory.
CoLab is an extraordinary opportunity. It's a partnership between Minderoo and the Telethon Kids Institute, and it's the first time that we've really had a concerted effort and support to make sure that the research that we're doing with children and with families gets in the hands of people who need it most. It doesn't just stay with researchers. Lots of researchers have tried to summarise what goes on in the early years. The declaration represents the first time that a large group of researchers have sat together to say this is what we think is the most important research that's been done to date. These are the actions we need to take as a result of that research, and here's where we need to go next.
It's about taking the research that is fundamental to making any decisions on policy and using that to change the way services are delivered in Australia, and that hasn't been done to date. And I think it's really exciting that CoLab has got partners from around Australia to bring together the best of research and to say how can we actually help this make a difference for our children, for future generations, not just for the children and their families, but for our whole society and community.
The advantage of researchers coming together to identify what the common research base is that we have now for the early years allows us not only to stand on that platform to do more research and take it forward, but it also helps us identify what the gaps are so that we know what research needs to be done next. But we want the opportunity now to share this with the rest of Australia and the rest of the world to see if they too agree that these are the most important pieces of evidence that we need to put in place and that these are the most important actions that we need to take.
Through our collaboration with the Kids Institute, we want to develop an early childhood system that is collaborative and informed by evidence and driven by leadership. This is what Australia needs for the long term.
I support the Australian Declaration for Young Children.
We support the Declaration for Young Children.
We support the Australian Declaration for Young Children.
I support the Australian Declaration for Young Children.
I absolutely support the Australian Declaration for Young Children.